What's up, y'all? All right, so this is my first one on YouTube Live, but I want to kind of talk to you guys why I kind of switched out from being a scalper to a swing trader. There was a couple of things that happened. I had spent, and the people in my group know this already, but I spent like 4.5 years practicing and learning how to trade, or better yet, the better way of saying it is, I've spent 4.5 years losing money in the markets, trading, and that's in stocks, options, and Forex. You go across the board, I was losing money all kind of which ways. But here's what happened. One of the things that I had to learn was to stop trusting some of these gurus, and not all of them were bad, but they just weren't for me. So I had to learn to stop trusting a lot of these gurus and their methodology, because a lot of times they're teaching how to get a few pips a few pips here, a few pips there. The problem is that on the time frame that you use, which is the shorter time frame, like the 5 minute, the 15 minute, the 1 minute charts, the problem is them charts are jumping around. Them candles can spike in any direction at any given time. So if you're only going for 10 or 20 pips, sometimes that thing you will be going in your favor for a minute, then a news event will just come out and just boom, wipe you out, and you just constantly keep losing money, and you get frustrated. And so you'll have some times where you'll be trading real cool, and then everything will work out just fine. You'll be in the trades for a couple of days, you're doing real good, and then all of a sudden you get into one or two trades and it just wipes you, and you just like you're in a perpetual motion of winning, losing, few wins, lose, few wins, and it just gets on. It works your emotions up, and you become an emotional wreck, all because you're trying to chase after just a few pips. And here's where it makes it worse, because you look at the lifestyle of some of these people, and I'm not saying that it can't be done, don't get me wrong, it can be done, but the problem is that a lot of times the lifestyle that they're promoting is not going to work for you, because how they do their thing, unless you're sitting next to them, sometimes you're still not going to get it, even if you take a course. Very few people do. This is why the vast majority, I even heard it's up to like 90 some percent of traders lose money. Well, one of the things I had to look at is, okay, if 90% of the traders are losing money, it's a simple thing. Why? Well, when you look at why, you'll see that a vast majority of traders, especially newbies, they come in with a gunslinger mindset. What that means is that they will come in and they're trying to do the quick pip, take as much money out of the market, jumping in and jumping out real quick. So they're jumping in and they're jumping out, and they're constantly losing. So you have to ask the question, okay, if 90% of the traders in the market are losing and they're all doing the same thing, then why am I stupid enough to keep doing it too? I mean, just simple question, right? We're just talking. It's a simple question to me. All right, all y'all losing, and I'm losing too. So we all on the 15-minute time frame, or the 5 minute or 1 minute. You losing, I'm losing, almost everybody in here losing. So then why do I need to keep losing? Well, because I keep doing the same thing they're doing. That don't make no sense. Well, Pat, have you ever thought of changing up the time frame? And I said, well, let me take a look. So one of the things I did, smart, in this car when I'm driving, and I'm sorry this thing keeps zooming in and out. Hold on, y'all. Hold up. Let me put it over here. Maybe this will work better. It needs to look at me a little closer. Hi. Look at there. Yeah. All right. So anyway, the thing is this. One of the things I do is I turn my car into a classroom. So when I'm in my car, I'm always listening to audiobooks, or I'm listening to Warren Buffett. That's one of the best ones I listen to. I just listen, not because I want to trade stocks anymore. I just like the way he does business. His thinking is different, and it made him one of the richest men in the world. So do I want to keep following 90% of the people who losing money, or do I want to start paying attention to some of the richest people in the world? So what I started doing was I started paying attention to how he was looking and analyzing what he invested in, right? And this doesn't matter whether you're trading in Forex or whether you're trading in stocks or options. It's all the same thing at the end of the day. You take an analysis, you look at it, You click a few buttons to say, yes, I'm a buy or sell, and then you wait for the outcome. It's really just that simple. It's not complicated, right? But the way you do your analysis makes all the difference in the world. So when you have to make quick analysis, hopscotch jump analysis, because this market moving so fast, you got to jump in and out. You don't have time to really make all the assessments of everything that's going on. And I don't care what other people say. They can challenge me on this. I really don't care. I don't care. Do your analysis. But if, again, I will bring back the evidence. If this short-term stuff is working so well, then why is it 90% of traders, and I think it's higher than that, why is 90% or more of traders losing money? And it's not even just in Forex. It's in all asset classes when it comes to trading. So here's what I ended up doing. I started taking a look and getting away from the 15-minute charts. I would only look at a 15-minute chart if it has a correlation between the 1 hour and 4 hour chart. Now, I'm not as good yet to trading the daily. Some of the people who I know, they're very good at trading the daily. Why? Because it's very consistent. It absorbs all the intraday, they call it intraday activity. So if the markets is hopping around and skipping around, news events come out, even NFP, doesn't really matter, because what I've learned over time, because I'm a swing trader, quote unquote swing trader, but I'm gonna tell y'all something secret towards the end, so don't tune out. I'm gonna tell you how to scalp while you're a swing trader. Oh, it's awesome. Oh boy, it's beautiful. 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 Whether you join my trading program or not, I really don't care. That's fine. But I'm gonna help you out. Okay, I'm gonna tell you stuff that people don't really tell you. So stay to the end. I got a secret for you. So anyway, here's the point. When you're trading the longer time frames, that like NFP and all these others, what I have finally learned is that even with majority of news events, big news events, they will spike the heck out of them candles in one direction or another, right? And then if you ever look at and you don't have to believe me, go to your own charts when we're done and look at what I'm saying. What they do is they'll spike the market in these big directions, right? And anybody who's on them shorter time frames, you just got wiped out. Your stop loss got hit, your pending order got hit. I mean, them market makers just took you completely. They done completely scalped your account. They done took all your stuff, right? But if you go to the higher time frames, you'll notice it absorbs it, but it never changed the direction of the trend. So if you look again at what I'm saying, you will see that oftentimes it will spike real heavy and then resume right back into its pattern. So if that is the case, why am I on a shorter time frame with panic in my heart about a news event when I can just trade on a higher time frame and not even trip? Because even if it goes against me temporarily, it tends to go right back in order anyway and follow the trend of the natural order. So what happens with big news events, majority of the time, there are a few that will shake the market in a different direction for a few days, but even them, I notice they'll resume right back in order. So if that is the case, do you want to be the person who's trying to play gunslinger and this and that and gamble and panic all the time? Or do you just want to place your bid, place your trades and chill and know that you're going to make some money? I mean, isn't that simple thought process? But see, the problem is it's not tantalizing. It's not pretty. You know, people want this pretty stuff where they just making $10,000 in 2 minutes, and it can be done. I'm not saying it can't, but the majority of the people are not capable of doing it because of all this market movement and spiking and everything else. So they pay for all these programs, they spend all this money, and they're still losing. So you can debate with me all day long. I really don't give a crap. Do what you want to do. Keep losing your money. I ain't tripping. Because again, whether you buy in my program, my super easy Forex program or not, I don't care. Because I'm not here trying to necessarily do a video to sit here promoting stuff. Some of the videos, if you ever look at my channel and you pay attention to what I teach, half the time I'm not tripping whether you buy the program or not, because guess what? I've been duped so many times, I understand. So I'm not going to get on here trying to do a promotional video, buy my program. Look, either you like what I'm talking about or you don't. Even if you never do, at least let me as a fellow trader give you some information that kind of really help me climb out of the rat hole that everybody else is in, where you constantly frustrated every single week. Every Sunday, you can't wait for the market open. By next Friday, you crying because you lost all your money. Come on now, I know what I'm talking about. Y'all been there too. You excited for the market to open and pissed by the next weekend, if not the next day, because you done blew your account already. I done did that so many times, boy, please. I know. And I finally had to wake up. Pat, stop doing the same stupid stuff that everybody else is doing. Scalping. You know what scalp means? Well, let me let me be polite. But let me say this. When I study American history, and this is nothing against any race, I'm just talking about the methodology. When I read the word scalp, they was cutting off heads. Okay, they was scalping, taking the hairlines off. It wasn't nothing pretty about the word scalp. So now I'm coming in trying to scalp the market, this big old beast, thinking I'm gonna take my little Ginsu knife and start cutting off a little profit from it. And they was taking their big old blade and cutting me up. I'm thinking I'm gonna scalp the market. They was scalping me. What the hell? That's hilarious. I'm coming in trying to be a scalper and getting my behind scalp left and right. And then I'm gonna keep on scalping the market. Who was I kidding? You understand what I'm saying? When do you wake up? At some point, you got to say, you know what? This ain't making no sense. Maybe I need to try something different. And so that's what I ended up doing. So what I ended up doing was, what's going on here? They send the police because I'm telling secrets. Golly, I just enjoy what I do. So anyway, here's the point. So I ended up looking at longer time frames. Primarily, my bread and butter is the 1 hour and 4 hour. I love them too. Why? Because they're a lot more stable. They absorb a lot of news events. It'll take a licking and keep on ticking and keep on going. And after a while, even if you get hit by a news event, it'll come right back in play. And then it keeps on going where it was meant to be, because the overall power of the trend tends to absorb the temporary spikes of a news event in the market. And that's when I started seeing consistent profitability. Some of you guys, you wonder why when I post stuff on my Facebook page, Super Easy Forex on Facebook, and I do my videos, I'm consistently doing my videos while I'm still in my trades, because I don't want people thinking, oh, okay, here comes another dude with this little fancy systems that he trying to promote, talking about all this yak stuff, and then he using some probably screenshot stuff. No, I'm always doing my videos when I'm talking about charts. I show you live and I let you see the ticker moving so you can see, oh yeah, I'm up 200 pips. Yeah, I'm up 300 pips, and did that in about a day or two. How is that possible? And everybody's wondering, how did he do that? How did he do that? And I'm trying to tell you, I ain't gonna tell you everything, because if you ain't buying my system, listen, I'm not trying to be funny. I ain't gonna give you everything for free, okay? I ain't giving everything for free. But as a fellow trader, I'm trying to give you the mindset for free. That's what needs to change first. It's the mindset. You have to sometimes get out of the rat race of what everybody else has been doing that has not been working. And primarily what you will see is that a lot of traders want to scalp the market, but they're getting scalped. So stop scalping the damn market. Lord forgive me for saying that, but it's the truth. Why don't you stop? Just stop. Stop doing it. It's not working. When will you admit to yourself it's just not working? You can talk about trading programs and then you buying another one. I did all that. God, I got at least 1,000 indicators. I'm not exaggerating. I promise you guys, I'm not lying. Over the years, I have bought so many programs and indicators. I literally must have at least 8,000, a minimum, if not more. Went through all of that pain and still was losing money. Still. And then it dawned on me, why don't you just stop doing what everybody else is doing? It was really that simple. So here's what I did, and I'll close up. I don't want to hold y'all too long, but here's the truth. What I did was, I started looking at Warren Buffett videos. Y'all know who Warren Buffett is, that rich dude, right? So how he actually invested and became such a rich guy, he says he doesn't do things the same way everybody else does. He said, I had to start thinking independently. And this was powerful. He said, I had to start thinking independently. So he said, before I even look at an asset to purchase it, what he would do is look at whether it's valuable or not. So in other words, he was saying that how he actually invests into things is not by looking at it for what it's temporarily priced at today. He started looking at the asset to see what it will be worth in 10 years from now, 5 to 10 years. He wanted to know, is it still going to be worth XYZ? Is it going to be able to accomplish XYZ? I said, well, isn't that a unique philosophy? So what I did was I started applying that same ideology to the Forex market. And I started saying, okay, I'm trading, trying to scalp the market based off of quote unquote price action of what it's doing right now, as opposed to taking a look at what is the overall trend of the price action over time. And when I started dealing with it, looking at it over time, I said, you know what, man, well, maybe, Pat, it may be acting a fool today, but then a couple of days from now, it's going to work itself out, because it's going to fall right back in with the trend, which is why I see the market makers spike candles in both directions, wiping out people's stop loss. But if you was on a higher time frame, not looking at what the price action is today, but what the price action is going to be over the entire week or over the next 2 or 3 weeks, then you can better scope and understand where the trend is going to be. See, it was just a simple think a little bit longer, Pat. Go a little bit more distance with your thinking. Stop being so short-sighted. And when I started being that way, that's when I started making a whole lot of pips. So a lot of you guys, you wonder, how is this dude? I know people be looking on my page saying, nah, he got to be kidding. He got to be lying. Nah, he did something. He screenshotted something. He did that. No, I didn't. What I did was I simply know the direction of where it's going to go over the next coming days and weeks. And therefore, I will get in at a turning point using our trading system. We have a custom trading system that took me 4.5 years to build and to get it coded to be able to help us locate and spot turns in trends. And once I have capitalized and caught a trend at the top of its turning point, trends tend to run for days and weeks. See, this is just simple thinking. It runs for days and weeks, not 15 minutes. A trend don't last for 15 minutes. Can y'all get that? It does not last for 15 minutes. A trend does not last for 5 minutes. A trend will last for days and weeks. So therefore, when you spot that using our tools like I do, it's easy. I don't sit around my computer all day. I'm done. I will place my trade and I'm done working within about 5 or 10 minutes and I'm good. At the end of the week, I'm consistently go on my Super Easy Forex page on Facebook, scroll back and you'll see why. And here's something I do. I do this on purpose. Go back and scroll through the date that I posted my post, and then take a look on your own charts and see the trades that I took, and you tell me if you don't see the same exact thing that I'm seeing. The only difference is you don't have the tools to spot exactly and pinpoint the turning point of the trend, but it's undeniable proof. Check your own charts and you'll see that's how I'll make hundreds of pips per position. And here's how I do it. I stack real big on it. I will go in and put so many different positions on there, boy. And especially what I do is I put a little tester out there first. And then when I see it's going in my direction, man, I'm boom, 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 boom. I'm stacking real heavy up on that bad boy, real heavy. I'm going in thick up on that trade. And that one trade alone, because you got to remember, if one position makes you 50 pips, think about this. See, just simple stuff people don't think. If one position makes you 50 pips, what if you had 10 of them? What's 10 positions times 50 pips? That's 500 pips. One trade, one position, one currency pair, just one. You don't need to do all this scalping on 50 charts. And here's the bigger problem. Here's the bigger blessing, rather. Think about it. See, I'm just giving you a basic thinking. This is why 90% of people losing. They don't think simple. They don't think. So think about it. Okay, number one, I done got rid of the scalper's mentality because it's scalping me. Well, just stop. Okay, number one, simple. Number two, when you look at it from a longer distance perspective, can you not see the entire road? You understand what I'm saying? If I'm sitting up here looking at the road and this close, I ain't seeing much. But that's the reason why your rear view mirror is much smaller than your windshield. The windshield gives you the ability to see everything. You can see for miles down the road. So if you know exactly where the road is going, you ain't tripping. So I'm not tripping and panicking like some of y'all doing, where you hopscotching, you panicking, you jumping, you're afraid of your stop loss getting hit, everything too tight. You're just afraid. I literally get up in the morning, I look at my charts, I look for in my custom system, and it tells me exactly, hey, get in right here. I get in, I place my trades, and then after that, I'm gone for the entire day. My trade sometime will last for several days. Same exact one. I ain't even need to get into another one. Last week, I think I clocked close to 800, 900 pips. Go on my Facebook page. It's there. Proof is there. Matter of fact, look at the date of this video. I forgot what date it is. So I think it's the 9th, February 9th. Okay. Go to your charts and compare my charts to your charts And you tell me if I ain't lying. And what I did was I just went super heavy on each one of them positions. And then after that, I left for the day. And a lot of them lasted for several days in the same exact direction. And that's how I made my money. So again, here's the deal. There's a lot of traders out there who going to sit up there and try to debate me, and that's fine. Here's the deal. I'm going to say it again. It took me in the Forex market alone. That doesn't include the stock market and trading options. The Forex market alone, I was in a losing streak for over 4.5 years. 7 days a week. Never took a day off. Bought all the trading programs you can think of. I don't give a darn what you say. I don't care. You don't have to believe me. Keep losing your money. The bottom line is, I ain't paying attention to a 5 or 15 minute unless it's in correlation with a longer time frame. If it ain't in correlation with a longer time frame, then bypass me with all that. Because here's the deal. You're going to win some trades. You will. And I'm telling you, you will. You'll win some trades on the shorter time frame. But the truth is, you're going to lose a bunch too. See? You're going to lose a bunch. Look at the trades we took. Listen. In the last month, in the last 4 weeks of us trading in our group, and I'm not trying to join my group or don't join. It's cool. I'm not really doing this video to promote. It's here to be a blessing to you, to give you some tools that you normally don't. You can pay for stuff and they'll never tell you this truth. They never will. So here's the deal. In the last month, we literally only lost about 4 trades technically. And the reason why I say technically is because here's what happens on market trends. And I'm going to give you another free nugget, and I'm going to stop because I'm giving y'all too much free stuff. Okay, I'm going to stop. But here's the truth in the trend. Why is my camera constantly blinking around? I'm bouncing. See, camera don't even like I'm giving away these nuggets. Camera don't even like I'm giving away these nuggets. Here's the truth. Truth of the matter is, even those 4 trades that we lost on, technically we made that money right back, because here's what happens on the trend turn at the top. At the trend turn at the top, the market makers know that it's about to turn. They already know in advance. Don't think they don't know what's going on. They know exactly what's going on. They know, okay, it's time to change the trend. It's about to change. But sometimes what they do is they rush out and they try to collect a little more money. Your money, my money. Okay, so they see all these pending orders, they see all these stop losses and all this, they see all that. And then at the same time, they're trying to induce the buyers or sellers, whatever direction the market is supposed to be going, and the opposite, they trying to convince you it's going to keep on going. So then they push even more. So now they captured 3 different groups. The new people jumping in on the market, the ones who have pending orders, and those who have stop losses. They collecting all that money. They do all the time. They collect all that money. So what happens is they'll spike it up one more time out of the blue for no reason. Or they come out with a dumb news event and justify spiking it up in the opposite direction. Take all your money. Everybody's money gone. Millions of dollars. Not your little, you crying over your little $2 that you lost. Please. You know how many people, your $2 plus a million other people, that's $2 million. If everybody lost $2 on that trade, on your stop loss, just assume $2 per person times a million people who's sitting up there with all that money sitting at the top. I spike it too. God won't like me for doing that, but I spike it too. That's $2 million quick dollars. And they take all your money and then they turn around and then they release the trend and then it falls in the other direction. So for us, yeah, we lost about 4 trades. I'll say maybe maximum 5, but I really believe it was only 4. But even those 4, what we did is jump right back in when our system had reset and said, no, they just playing around. It'll reset and show us using our system. It'll tell us exactly, hey, now get back in again. And normally when that happens is that they will release the trend and it just runs smooth as butter. So even the trends like this week, I ain't gonna lie, we lost on NZD Swiss. The system said, hey, this is the time to get in. It was working out. Boom. They spiked it up one more level. What we do? Cool, no problem. Waited about a day and a half. System said, okay, time to get back in. And boom, look at your charts. I'm telling you, look at your charts. As of Friday, what happened? You will see this on your own charts. System reset for us. We jumped back in. We lost about 40 pips on that original. Came back and made over 200 pips on that bad boy. Huh? Why? Because I already know what they're doing. I know what they're doing. Why? Because I know what's going on the bigger time frame. I'm watching it from a bigger perspective. I'm not micromanaging this account. Have you ever worked at a job with a micromanager? Don't you hate micromanagers? Well, what you think you doing when you trading and trying to scalp? You micromanaging your account. That's why you ain't got no peace. You can't leave your computer. You scared to go pee go to the bathroom and pee when you're in the you scared to go pee, and let alone go get some lunch and come back. Oh no, that's out of the question. Your nerves are so bad. Your family don't even know. You ain't spent no time with your family. Why? Because you're trying to scalp the market, not realizing the market has been scalping and playing you all this time. That's why 90% of people lose their money. When are you gonna wake up? Yeah, I don't have a problem scalping the market, and I'm gonna give y'all. I told y'all I got to keep my promise, but I ain't gonna give you the tool we use. But I created a trading system that does all this for us. But in addition to that, I built in to that a trading methodology where I call it the SSL. The SSL has the ability to scalp, swing, and be a long-term trader all in one. So our first positions that we take based on my teaching is the first one that it drops in your direction. You can go real big and heavy on that, and boom, as soon as it hits your take profit based off of the longer time frame, guess what happens? You just learned to be a scalper off a long-term trend. Duh. How imaginary is that? You scalped off the long-term trend. Boom. Okay, your scalp taste is over. You made good money, but you're still not out of the trade. Why? Because it's still got a way to go. And that's what I teach them using the SSL method. So all of this, let me stop because I'm giving away too much free stuff. Pay for it, okay? Yeah, Jonathan, I ain't trying to be funny, but it's funny, boy. I've been there. Boy, you hungry? You know what I'm saying? You want some lunch, but you scared to go get you lunch. You scared, and the lunch is right there in your refrigerator. You scared to leave your computer. You scared. You don't even want to pay attention to cooking. You so afraid that thing gonna take your. I'm telling you, man, I've been there, bro. I've been there, bro. Crying, just mad, frustrated, kicking and fussing and cussing. They done took your money, bro. I'm telling you, man, listen. I done been through all that. I'm just trying to help y'all as a fellow trader. Again, I can't tell y'all everything because the bottom line is that you have to buy the system. I am a business guy, and my team, they'll be pissed at me because they paid and they're making good money. What's so beautiful, and I say this and I'm done. What's so beautiful is because not only did it take me 4.5 years of pain, but when I finally was able to develop this system, it's more beautiful, not that I make money in the market, but what's really beautiful is to see brand new people who says it in the group, and I tell private Telegram trading group, and sometimes I don't say nothing, but I'm just reading comments, and it's just really beautiful to hear them say, you know what, man, I've been in this particular group or that particular group, or I've been struggling for 2 years, man, and never found success. And now, man, this is fun, man. Trading is fun. See, that's the whole point. I had to simplify things for everybody. And truth be told, this system that I built was never meant for advertising for people. That's why I said I don't care whether you buy it or not. If you do, that's fine. I appreciate it. Welcome to the team. We're growing every single week. The team is growing. But the truth is, I'm not begging for that because I really built the system as simple as possible. Number one, for myself, because I got tired of all the got to understand the fibs. You got to understand the Elliott wave. You got to understand the market makers method. You got to understand, this and that. You got to understand fundamentals. You got to draw trend lines. And I was just all over the place, confused for years, and still doing all that and losing. I got frustrated, and I just created my own. And so I really created it for myself to be successful. And then after that, I tried to create it with simple colors, just colors, simple 2 colors, so that I can teach it to my children, which, my children are learning the trade using my system. It was only just for my family. It was never meant for people. It's just so happened that it caught wind, and now this thing is growing leaps and bounds. So I'm not being mean. Again, I'll be more than happy to work with you and, and everything else. Super Easy Forex. Just shoot me an email if you want to join. Again, I'm saying this as a disclaimer. I ain't trying to beg nobody. If you want to join us, that's fine. That's fine. Hit me up at superezforex@gmail.com. Superezforex@gmail.com. Let me know when you want it ready. I'll send you an invoice, and just pay the invoice. We're using PayPal right now, so I do suggest. Now, again, I can't tell you what to do, but I do suggest that if you do use the PayPal and you pay that way, use the friends and families. I ain't gonna steal your money. I can care less. I don't need your money. But the thing is that I don't release the trading system until we receive funding, because PayPal will hold it using a business link. They will hold it for up to 2 weeks. And then some people be like, man, PayPal take a long. I said, hey, I told you use the friend and family. It's almost within 1 hour they release your funds, and then I send your system right away. Okay. But if you want to use the business one because you feel more safe, that's fine too. But you're just going to have to wait a week or two until PayPal releases and says your funds have been released, so that we're guaranteed you're not ripping us off. Okay. So anyway, moving on. Hit me up if you want to. But again, I really want you guys just to go to your own charts, go to my page, and request access. I'll give you access to my Facebook page, Super Easy Forex, because I really want you to see exactly the evidence. Okay, because I'm always posting while I'm in the trade. I take screenshots while I'm in the trade so that you can take the date that I posted it, go to your own charts, check it for yourself to see, okay, yeah, this is legit or it's not legit. Either it's legit or it's not. The charts don't lie, right? Okay. Anyway, I'm out, y'all. I hope this video helped you, just to help you with your mindset. That's all this really was meant to do, was to help you with your mindset on how the markets work and why 90% of the people who's in the market tend to lose. I hope this video was able to help you. Maybe in the future I'll do a couple of more live ones. This is my first one I've ever done live on YouTube, using YouTube Live. So we'll see how it goes. All right, love y'all. I'll read your comments later on, but either way it goes, whether you like me, didn't like me, it's cool. I ain't tripping. After you've went through 4.5 years of pain, you really don't, trip off of what people's opinions are. Some people gonna say you're a fraud, this and that. Listen, you didn't spend 4.5 years in pain like I did, so I don't give a darn whether you believe me or not. I'm just trying to help you. For those who want help, who wants a little wisdom, I'm just trying to do that. Okay.